Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH underscore sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. So, I have a lot of topics or things I want to get into in this video. Finally got back and had a blast at my younger brother's wedding. Yeah, that's why I haven't been doing that much content. That's why I just sliced and diced some of my older videos. I did receive a message from a guy that I like, and he likes my work as well. And he just said that, hey, look, um, and I didn't take it as any thing personally. He said that, hey, you know, don't take this wrong. Basically, he was trying to say is that it may turn people off based on some of the content that you do and you're not showing your cards, and you may not be serious about the sports card market. All you're doing is trying to hate on the market. All I'm going to say is that I don't show that many cards on this channel anymore. I showed on IG because I'm getting more viewers now, so I don't want to be part of the hype train. Now there are some cards that I will show, part of my collection. Uh, you know, I just have it on hand, like things like this, Rizzo Auto, Chester Bennington Auto, right? Stuff from my collection. That's what I'm going to show you. So yeah, if you want to see my cards, you could go to AIH underscore sports on Instagram. I get less people following me there, and once again, I don't have a cult like following like other people may have on IG. And, I'm not trying to hype anything up. So, it is what it is. I'm still interested in cards, and I always recommend people to collect, invest, speculate. Just be smart about it and um, try not to get addicted to it. Okay. Now, that being said, in terms of the hobby and what I'm looking at, I look at all types of content that I agree with, sometimes I don't agree with, etc. And I'll talk about a few books that I've been reading, and then I'll get into my topic that I want to get into. Number one, this book I bought, it's Spotting Fakes by Ryan Nolan. I always forget his name because he said that he was named after Nolan Ryan, the great pitcher. This is a good book, and this young individual, Khalil Randall, he sent me this book. He sent me two of them. This was on his dime, just as a disclosure. $1 million sports cards. Okay, so going back to that message that I got from this very high up individual in the hobby, he told me that, hey, look, basically, you don't want to not tick people off. You don't want to turn away who could be new collectors and new investors. And I get that perspective. So for somebody that's new, and I just finished these books, or I finally finished these books. The thing is, if you're new to the hobby, watch everybody. Uh, Read anything that you could put your hands on, right? And then my motto is listen to all but follow none. And in my opinion, doing that will help you make better decisions. For instance, for fakes, if you're buying a high end rookie sports card, or not even a rookie, but if you're buying a high end card, I would take a look at this because there's a lot of fakes going on. A lot of fakes, and especially at the shows. Especially the shows. That's where I think they're going to try to have most of these out there because, unlike eBay, the shows, they don't have an authentication process. People may not agree with them looking at the cards on eBay, but you have PSA checking the slabs out. Okay, so you have this resource, in my opinion, could help individuals out. Now, this book, $1 Million Sports Cards, I think this is geared towards people that are new into the hobby, and I'm going to give it to actually one of my buddies so he could learn some of the um, introductions of this hobby. And it's for also individuals that want to hear a different point of view. And one of the things that I think is very pertinent to today, even though this was written during the boom, he talked about how lighting makes a huge difference. Now, it may seem a bit crazy to think about. Lighting, like, who cares about lighting when you're trying to sell something on eBay? Well, it makes a huge difference. PWCC, whether people like them or not, he didn't include PWCC. I'm just using this as an example. PWCC, they talked about how it's very important to take a picture and it could potentially increase the value. And they were very big in particular on taking pictures. And what does this have to do with today? Well, I'm seeing a lot of people obviously sell a bunch of their cards, and sometimes people may not bid on it until the last moment if it's a low bid card. You know, I'm telling you, I'm looking at all-time greats, cheap slaps, right? Sometimes people don't put a bid until like the last few minutes, and usually if they're not bid until the last few minutes, you're not going to see the highest price, in my opinion, for that card. And these crappy pictures that are taken by these sellers, in my opinion, this could be taken as a positive, and you could see like, hey, look, there's this card out there. The seller didn't take good pictures, no one's bidding on it, and I could get a particularly cheaper price. And I found one Gretzky card, no one was bidding on until the last minute, and I was able, in my opinion, to get about, I believe, $5 to $10 off. It may not seem a lot, but you know, just trying to find more deals in this economy, etc., I think is a benefit. So lighting is very important. I think he definitely hits the nail on this. Overall, once again, for both of these books, I would tell people, especially beginning, to definitely check them out. There's a whole lot that I could discuss in all of these books, but maybe for another time if people have questions about that. But that was probably one of the most important aspects of that book, which people don't even think about. Lighting is probably the most important. So that, and he talked about his own experience, how he was able to sell a card much higher than I think a previous sale, from my understanding. But regardless, that's what I have to say about these books. And I believe you could buy both of these on Amazon. Alrighty, so getting into my topic, I wanted to discuss how falling prices are actually a net positive for the economy. Everyone talks about, hey, not the economy, but they're just a net positive for the hobby in general. And you may be like, okay, wait, Dr. Beckett and some of these guys in the hobby are saying, stop being negative, they're hurting prices, do you want to manipulate the prices down? First of all, I don't agree with that statement. But secondly, I think that's a great opportunity for collectors. Now, I don't think the overall market has completely bottomed. Some cards may have. I do expect a dead cat bounce, and I've explained that in previous videos. But at the end of the day, I have been looking at all different types of content, comments, etc. One of the guys that I follow now is Sean Sweeney. He's a YouTube content creator. He talks sometimes about sports cards. He talks about how he believes there's hanky-panky in sports and some of these games are rigged. But one of the comments that he made was that, hey, now I could complete some of my sets and I could buy them much cheaper than I did a few years ago. That is actually great news, right? While people have less discretionary income because oil prices are high, there's inflation, etc., and you still want to collect, and even some that may want to invest, whatever that is, prices have come down. Better buying opportunities. And a lot of people are saying, hey, don't be negative. That is bad for the hobby. No. First of all, prices were overinflated during the pandemic, and now we're naturally seeing that correction. And you had content that was very, very bullish, one sided, I would say, now is becoming a bit more objective. That is positive for the hobby. There will still be grifters out there, but if many channels are changing their tune and are actually open to listening to, my ideas where no one really was paying attention to a few years ago, I think is a net positive. Now, I still believe it's going to be tough to make money in an environment like this. I know some people are saying, "Hey, I invested and speculated in Steph Curry. His cards have gone up. I speculated in before the season started DeRozan cards. I have been making money left and right because I experienced and I know what to buy during this time, etc., etc., etc." Okay, yeah, there are some people that are going to definitely make money. Now, if you have a full blown crisis or somewhat similar to 2008, 2009, I expect prices to go down even further. I'm still buying. I'm still going to buy quality cards, in my opinion. They may have a lower grade, but it's still of a Hall of Fame caliber player and probably the greatest guys in the sport. What I'm trying to say is, you have the industry pushing this one narrative. Don't be negative. Don't look at that stuff. Don't look at the car crash scene. While I'm saying, hey, look, I've been talking about how I didn't like the sports card market. But for some of these cards that have taken a huge hit from a collector's point of view, that's actually good news. Some of the collectors used to come after me saying that, oh, who cares if there's a recession? I'm collecting. Well, regardless of where you're at, you don't want to pay too much money for a card that you could eventually get cheaper. And many cards have gone down year over year. And still, I believe prices are going to go down. But regardless, I'm still buying. Uh, I'm going to shows occasionally, or I will go to shows occasionally to find things for my collection, things that I can't find on eBay. Am I going to go to show after show after show like some of these flippers? No. But I'm just going there sporadically. And same thing on eBay. I'm just looking for, okay, did it hit my price target for some of these all time greats? And if it does, I'm going to buy it. So, yeah, regardless of whatever the industry says about negativity and this and that, you could take that, what they're saying, and you could turn it actually into a positive. And that positive is prices are on sale. Some of these cards are on sales, not everything. And, for me, I'm shopping. I'm shopping more for cards. Last year I was buying autos. And in my opinion, it's a good time to gradually add to my own collection and also to buy some cards to invest. And I think the people in the industry should welcome lower prices. It may not help them in their business model, but at the end of the day, I think that's good for the consumer, especially in a time where people have less discretionary income because of all this inflation out there. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about all this. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.